You drank water today without once asking whether it would kill you. You turned a tap, it came out clear. You didn't think about it again. For 300,000 years, that question was the first thing your ancestors thought about every single morning. You can go weeks without food. Without water, you have about 3 days. But here's the trap. The wrong water kills you faster than no food ever will. So how did they find it? And how did they know what was safe to drink? Here's what people assume. That ancient humans just knew. Some natural instinct for clean water? They had no such thing. Your ancestors did not know that germs existed. Nobody did. Not until the 19th century. The danger was completely invisible to them. What they learned instead was something far more expensive. Consequences. Drink here and your child gets sick. Drink there and nothing happens. That knowledge was bought with lives and then passed down. So the first skill wasn't cleaning water, it was finding it at all. And your ancestors could read a landscape the way you read a screen. Every clue was there, if you knew what to look for. Certain trees only grow where water sits below the surface. So a lone green line of trees in dry country isn't scenery. It's a signpost. Birds fly low toward water at dusk. Animal trails don't wander, they converge on it. Insects hover near it. The color of the soil changes above it. The whole landscape was a map. You just had to be taught how to read it. You use an app to find water. They use the memory of everyone who came before them. But what if there's no water above ground at all? In the Kalahari, the Juhuansi solved this. They dig down into the bed of a river that has no river in it. Then they push a hollow reed deep into the wet sand and suck. Water seeps through the sand, and the sand itself acts as the filter. They didn't find water, they pulled it out of dry ground. Which raises a problem nobody thinks about. You found water. Now how do you carry it? Water is heavy. A single liter weighs a kilogram. And you might be 3 hours walk from camp. The solution was an object you'd never guess. An ostrich egg. The shell holds about a liter. It's tough, it's sealed, and with a small hole and a plug, it becomes a canteen. At Deep Kloof in South Africa, they found ostrich eggshells around 60,000 years old, carved with deliberate patterns. This is the first water bottle in human history, and they decorated it. Even survival gear had to say something. Now the harder problem. Making bad water safe without knowing what bad even was. Some of it was simple. Let it sit, so silt sinks. Pour it through sand, grass, or charcoal, so the murk is caught on the way through. That's the same physics as the filter jug in your fridge. A porous material catches what you don't want. They just used the earth. And boiling? Boiling is the honest answer to bad water. The trouble is you need a container that survives fire. Before pottery, there was a workaround. Heat stones in the fire, then drop them into a water-filled pit or a hide-lined bag. The stones do the boiling for you. We don't know how far back that goes, but the principle is ancient. If fire cleans meat, maybe it cleans water. And then, the leap. The moment humans stopped chasing water and made water come to them, they dug wells, not scrapes in the sand. Engineered shafts cut down through soil and rock to reach the water table. At Kisanerga Myluthkia in Cyprus, there are wells around 10,500 years old, narrow shafts driven meters down into limestone with stone tools. And off the coast of Israel lies Atlit-yam, an entire Stone Age village, now sitting under the Mediterranean with a stone-built well at its center. Before the pyramids, before writing, before the wheel, humans were already digging into the earth to reach water they couldn't see. Archaeologists who study these shafts are still struck by how precisely they were cut, with nothing but stone. But the well changed something much bigger than thirst, and almost nobody talks about it. When you move, you follow water. But when you dig a well, you can't move anymore. You have to stay and protect it. A well makes a village makes a boundary, and a boundary makes something new, something worth fighting over. Water was the first thing humans ever owned, and the first thing they were willing to kill for. And here's the part of the story we get most wrong. We tell the story of survival as if it was all saber-tooths and mammoths and violence. But the thing that killed more of your ancestors than any predator had no teeth at all. Bad water, diarrhea, dehydration, children most of all. A silent, invisible killer working every single day in every single camp. And that killer isn't history. Unsafe water is still one of the leading causes of child deaths in the world today. The oldest problem we ever had, and we still haven't finished solving it. So picture your morning, not this one, the one from 100,000 years ago. You wake up, and the first thought isn't food, it's water. Because if you get that wrong, food will never matter again. You walk, maybe an hour, maybe 3. You carry an empty eggshell, and the memory of where water was last time. You reach the water hole, and you read the ground first. Animal tracks all around it, which is good news and terrible news. Good, because animals mean the water is drinkable. Terrible, because animals mean you are not alone. You fill the shell, you drink carefully, you walk back, and half your day is gone for one day of water. You will do it again tomorrow and the day after. Every day for your entire life. Now go back to your tap. Clean water endlessly, almost free, inside your house. That is something not one of your ancestors across 300,000 years ever had. Every safe sip you take is built on people who guessed wrong, who drank from the wrong pool and never got to learn from it, but made sure someone else did. You didn't invent clean water. You inherited it from everyone who died finding out which water was safe. So the next time you drink without thinking, take 1 second and think. It's the oldest luxury there is.